So Friday, when we looked, this is Yoon and the Jade Bracelet, right? So Friday, what happened with Yoon? When we read our story Friday, what happened with Yoon? Abigail, speak loud.
It was Yoon's birthday. She wanted to jump with her mom gave her a bracelet, and I can't remember what it was, and a book.
Good job. So it was her birthday. All she wanted was a jump rope, but her mom gave her a jade bracelet. Jade, what color is jade? Green. Good job. And then also gave her a Korean storybook. So then she went to school. Remember, all she wanted was to jump rope. And what happened that day?
A girl stole her bracelet.
A girl. She made a friend. Well, she thought she made a friend, right? And there was a girl who saw her bracelet and really liked it. Asked her to jump rope. Did she ever let Yoon jump rope? No, she never let Yoon jump rope. But then when they finished playing outside, what did she ask for?
The jade.
She asked for the bracelet and said, if you're really my friend, you'll let me what?
Share.
You'll let me share it. You'll let me borrow it. So then we saw at the end of page 43, we saw how she just took it, right? She took it from Jade. From Yoon. So we have to think, what do we think is going to happen next? Okay. Because Yoon gave her the bracelet, what do we think the outcome's going to be? What do you think? Maybe her mom will get mad. She may not keep it, not give it back.
Yoon will probably get in trouble because that was her birthday present. And if someone's special, if you're special to someone and they gave you that bracelet, that means you shouldn't give it away. It's probably special to them.
And if we think about one of our vocabulary words, what might it be?
Precious.
Very precious. Good job. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, absolutely. She's questioning. Like, why would she just do that? I thought she was my friend. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's look. We're going to keep reading today. Okay, page 44. It's okay. We're catching you up, okay? Okay, top of page 44. Follow along. Remember, one of our skills this week is visualizing. So, yes, we have pictures to help us, but we still have to what? What does visualize mean? I like that. Do a video in your brain. So you're painting that picture in your brain, right? It's kind of like you're seeing the story as a movie. Good job. So let's read. When I got home from school, I went straight to my room. My mother came in to check on me. As I sat down on my bed reading my new Korean storybook, she reached for my arm and gasped. Show me what she looks like. What does her mom look like? What does it mean to gasp? Right? And her face shows that surprise and possibly... What? What's the vocabulary word? And possibly disappointment. Good job. Where is your bracelet, Yoon? She shrugged with shame. Do you think Yoon feels disappointment?
Yes.
Absolutely. Not trusting myself to speak. Oh, I see a sad face. Did you lose it at school, Yoon? I shrugged again. Maybe it rolled away and is hiding somewhere here, she said with teary eyes. She kneeled to look under my bed. Who had teary eyes?
Her mother.
Her mother. So what can we say that her feeling would be right now based on her teary eyes, Darius? Very sad. That was a very precious family heirloom, right? Her mother had it, and her mother gave it to her, and then she decided to give it to Yoon, right? So that's a very precious thing. Mother, I said, tugging at her sleeve, I left it at school. I will get it tomorrow. Okay, so I hope so. I hope she decides to ask. But one of our skills this week is sequencing, right? Okay, when we sequence, what does that mean? We put events, what? In order. We put them in order from beginning, middle, and end, right? So right now, we're kind of in the middle. We talked Friday about how Yoon gave her bracelet, and we were going to see what happened because of that, okay? Right now, the effect of Yoon letting someone take her bracelet is disappointment, right? So because Yoon gave her bracelet, what was the effect? Sadness, disappointment. Good job. You guys are such good listeners. Okay. Page 46. Turn the page. The next morning, I waited in the schoolyard for the older girl. She was still wearing my jade bracelet. It is time to give back my bracelet, I said. I will give it to you later, she said, rushing past me. All morning, my heart was heavy with worry. I could not remember how to spell cat or how to add 2 plus 2. Now, this is where I stop, guys. This is where I stop. When you're reading, you have to think, right? You can't just read to read something. You have to stop and think. So here, I'm thinking about Jade. Why is it hard for her to spell cat or add 2 plus 2? Why is that so hard, Afina?
Because she's worried. She's worried that the girl won't get back her bracelet.
Good job. Have you ever had a lot going on in your brain that it seems like you can't do simple things? Absolutely, me too. So this is where we make that connection with the character. You can think of a time where you had a lot going on inside your mind and it made it difficult to do those seemingly simple things, right? Let's keep going. After lunch, when the children ran outside, I found the older girl again. You have my bracelet and I want it back. That's 2 times. What does what does Yoon have a lot of right now?
Courage.
She has a lot of courage, right? She has so much courage asking for her bracelet back from an older girl. That had to have taken a lot of bravery. Stop bothering me. Do not be a pest. She pushed me away and laughed. I was just like the silly girl in my storybook. I had been tricked by a tiger. So she's finding that relationship too. She's connecting her real life things that are going on to a story she read.
But is that actually a tiger?
Down there, yeah. It's just one from her Korean storybook. Back in my classroom, I'm on the top of page 47, right under the picture. Back in my classroom, I laid my head on my desk. What's wrong, Yoon? My teacher asked. I told my teacher about the older girl, and she sent for her. Do you have something that belongs to Yoon? My teacher asked her. Is that her bracelet you are wearing? Oh, no, the older girl said with her trickster tongue. It is mine. No, it's my birthday bracelet, I said. The children in my class gathered around us. Yoon was wearing it yesterday, the ponytail girl said. Yes, said the freckle boy. I saw it too. So what did the older girl decide to do? Amanda? But what did she decide to do here in class?
Lie.
She told a story.
A lie about its told when the teacher can see that it's off of her.
Good job.
Off of the girl who owned it.
Perfect. She lied about it. She told a story. She made the teacher think that it belonged to her. So let's make a prediction. What do we think is going to happen next? What's going to happen next?
She's going to give it back.
Maybe the teacher's going to make her give it back. What
Or
else?
she'll scan.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Or clip tail. Good. Yes, ma'am.
The teacher might believe the older girl than you.
Okay, maybe she's going to believe the older girl. Afina, real quick.
I think she'll probably not believe the older girl because if the 2 other kids saw you wear it yesterday, that actually means it's probably you.
Okay, you're right. We have 2 people who have said it belongs to her. So let's see what happens. Page 48. Can you tell me something about this bracelet, Yoon? My teacher asked, excuse me. I love that you were following along and you caught my mistake. Good job. My mother gave it to me, I answered, looking into the tiger girl's face. This bracelet is a symbol of kindness and courage. It is a symbol of Jade friendship. True what? Friendship. Is the friendship she has with this girl true?
No. All she wants
Girl
is a
just
bracelet
tricked her.
because it's pretty, so she wants to be her friend before she can take her place.
Good job. Now you tell me about this bracelet, my teacher said to the older girl. Well, it is smooth and green, she answered in a sure voice. I worried I would never get my bracelet back. Just remembered I forgot to turn the page on my computer here. Okay, sorry. I worried I would never get my bracelet back. I did not feel like shining wisdom because we said that her name Yoon means shining wisdom in Korean. My mother should have named me Shining Fool instead. So what is she feeling? Is she happy yet?
No.
No, absolutely. Go ahead.
She's not feeling happy because she's sad because she don't have a bracelet.
Absolutely. She feels that disappointment again or continuously. Then I had a very good idea. Look, that's a good transition word. We're talking about sequencing. So when we're looking, we look for those sequencing words. First, next, then, and last. I see a good sequencing word here, then. So we have all of these things that are happening, but then, what does it say she had?
A good idea.
A very good idea. I whispered something into my teacher's ear. Now I want to know. Don't you want to know? I want to know.
Yeah.
So tell me about the inside of this bracelet, she asked the older girl. What was written on the inside? Does anybody remember? What was engraved on the inside? Yes, ma'am. Her Korean name. Who would be the only one to know to look for that?
Oh.
Yoon, right?
You.
Well, it is smooth and green, she repeated. The teacher told her to take it off, and the girl struggled to get it off of her hand. Because she's older, so her hands are obviously what? Bigger. And so, excuse me. And so obviously, if it's not coming off right, it may not be hers. Those are some good clues there. My teacher looked inside and saw the dancing Korean symbols. Do you know what this says? She asked the girl. No, said the older girl. Well, I thought it was my bracelet. I used to have one just like it. Maybe this one does belong to you. So she lied, but then what did she have to do in order to not get in trouble? Lie again, right? She said, oh, well, I thought it was mine, right? Okay. That's a good lesson to learn right there. When we tell one story, usually we have to tell stories over and over and over again, and then you're just caught in a big web of lies, which is what this little girl is doing. My teacher's eyes said, older girl, you are in trouble. Have you ever gotten that look? Your teacher don't have to say anything, but when they look at you, you know, right? You know you're in trouble. They don't have to say anything. Then my teacher slid the jade bracelet easily over my hand. Here is your name bracelet, Shining Wisdom, and it fit perfectly. Oh, we're not there yet. So, do we think she's changed? Has her feeling of disappointment now changed?
Yeah.
Let's see. My mother saw the bracelet on my wrist after school. She clapped her hands. Aha! It was at school. Mother, I asked, does wearing a jade bracelet make wishes come true? Yes, she said. It is known to happen. She smiled. And what are your wishes? So I told her about my jump rope wish and my wish for true friends. I told her a story about a wise girl who tricked a tiger. Oh, that was it. Okay. That is from this storybook. So at the beginning, all Jade wanted was a what? A jump rope. Okay. She ended up getting a bracelet and a book. In the middle, what happened? She met an older girl. What did that older girl do? She tricked her into giving the bracelet. And then at the end, Yoon was able to what? To prove that it was hers, right? It wasn't just to get it back. She had to prove that it belonged to her. Okay, so she was able to prove that the bracelet belonged to her, and then it came back. So when we're sequencing, we think about those important events. Were there little things in that story that I didn't just list? Were there little things and little details in the story I didn't list just now? Yes, there were. But when we're sequencing, we think about those main events that happen at the beginning, middle, and end, and how they make the whole story flow. Yes, ma'am, real quick.
You know how she was disappointed, and then whenever she had started getting really good, she got furious. She was in like a stage to get all the way to half.
Good. So we see her change, and that goes along with our character traits we learned about last week. We saw her change from the beginning to the end, right? Okay, good. Okay,